Hey everybody, the boss here. You know me from the Talking Shop with the Boss in the Box podcast that airs every Friday at 10:30 on Facebook Live. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Boss Reacts. Now, this is not a reaction video, but is actually a review video. So I actually got a chance to watch one of my favorite cult following horror series out there, and that is the Puppet Master series. And I think we can all just kind of, as fans of the Puppet Master series, we can all just kind of rejoice in the fact that, like, the movies haven't been very, very, very good. Now, don't get me wrong, I love them. They have a very special place in my heart. But I think the attention that these movies need to have, I mean, if we look at, in numerical order, so like Puppet Master 3, 1, and 2, like the budget that they had for those was fantastic. And then if we look at Puppet Master 4, the budget for that was just astronomical. And then Puppet Master 5 just kind of went down a little bit, and then 6, it went down a whole hell of a lot. And that's been just kind of the kicker through on out with, Access Termination and Access Rising and so on and so forth. Like, there's been little to no budget for our beloved Puppet Master films. And today, the film that we are actually going to talk about is none other than Blade the Iron Cross. That's right, our favorite little knife-wielding, hook-handed puppet himself, Blade, has his own movie. And, okay, now, I have to say this right out. Spoiler alerts, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, if you haven't seen the movie, go out and watch it, because as fans and as viewers, we want to be able to support this beloved following for the Puppet Master series, and hopefully we want more and more and more. With that being said, I gotta be outright and I gotta say, the effort that they put into this movie was very minimal. Once again, reprising her role as Eliza Ivanov from Access Termination, she actually... let's fix that a little bit. Tanya Fox plays Eliza, or Elisa, or Eliza, tomato, who knows? And she acquired the puppets. So in this movie, she actually has the puppets in her possession, but what she doesn't have is Toulon's formula. And they have just a little bit of it, and she keeps trying to figure out how to get more. And that cues us to our resident bad guy. Dr. Hauser himself, played by Roy Abraham, he, plays the prototypical Nazi bad guy who's trying, once again, like every bad guy in the Puppet Master series, to replicate Andre Toulon's formula. And, in order to do so, he has to kill people. He has to, get certain body parts to make certain things, and it's rehashed story over and over and over and over again. And of course, in every movie, there's going to be a love interest in the form of Detectives Jonas Joe Gray. And he is the love interest of Eliza, who comes to her aid numerous times. And apparently it seems like they kind of have a friendly demeanor throughout the movie, where they kind of knew each other beforehand, because Did I mention in other lazy types of writing, Eliza has psychic powers, or she develops psychic powers. So, like in the last movie, there was a bunch of people with psychic powers, but she figured out she had psychic powers too. Okay, so eventually, she realizes that she has the power to basically control our favorite puppet Blade by using her psychic abilities and basically being able to use that to move him. And I know it's hard to explain. It's one of those kind of glossed over things that they kind of did. And as we can see here, we have Eliza and Blade, and she's taken a great liking to him, and he has taken a liking to her, where in a good 25% of the movie, she's naked, and he's just glaring like the perv that he is. I would be too, because she looks great. But, okay, the brass tacks of things, so Blade the Iron Cross, like, I was stoked that they came out with another Puppet Master movie, and even showcasing our favorite puppet himself, Blade. Like most Puppet Master movies, Blade did not get the screen time that we wanted as, fans. He had scenes where he was just sitting there. He had scenes where, and a couple of scenes were really cool, like him running around the room and then jumping out of the window and hanging with his hook out of the window so they couldn't find him. And then the whole sequence towards the end of the movie, as Eliza uses her powers in order to bring Blade to save her, and her love interest, Detective Joe Gray. Dude, I expect lazy writing and bad acting and even cheesy practical effects, but like this, they skimped on a lot of things, even to the point where like video cinematic editing was really lazy. There was one point where Blade was completely covered in blood from murdering somebody, to the point where like everything was soaked, and then literally a split second into the next scene, he's brand new again, not a drop of blood on him. So they didn't pay a lot of actual attention to what they needed. As a fan, I'm happy they came out the movie, but I'm also disappointed because there was so much cool stuff that they could have done with it to give us, and I thought this was going to be, coming into it, I thought this was going to be maybe an origin story, but turns out it was more of just kind of a solo side story. And that's fine. But give us the title character. And they tried, but not hard enough. If you are a fan of the Puppet Master series, definitely go watch it. You can go to the Full Moon streaming app and watch it from there. You get a free 7-day trial, and it's $6.99 a month for the Full Moon streaming app. You could also order it on Amazon. So check it out. If you're a fan, check it out. If you love cheesy horror movies, check it out. And even if you like a good, noir movie, this had a real, kind of like 1940s, 1950s kind of police drama noir feel to it. The acting was terrible, but that's expected in these movies. So, but as a Puppet Master fan, I was stoked it was a movie, but once again, it was rather disappointing. there was so much more they could have done with it, and at a runtime of only 70 minutes, I would have taken another 10 minutes of just showcasing more Blade and Puppeteer work. So that is The Boss Reacts and The Boss Reviews, ladies and gentlemen. And hope to see you next time. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much.